Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I have been building this video or preparing this video for a long time now, and finally I can deliver it to you, so I hope that you will enjoy it, because today we are taking a step away from 1/64 scale cars and we are moving into something with more transformation power. Today we are unboxing 5 Legend Class Transformers from the Hasbro Bumblebee Movie toy line. They're small, detailed, and let's be honest, the perfect size for collectors that have already run out of space. We got Bumblebee in 2 different forms, Optimus Prime, and 2 that didn't actually appear in the movie, but they made it to the toy line anyway, so let's roll out. The Legend Class, sometimes called Core Class, is Hasbro's smallest transformable figure line. But don't let the size fool you. They're still fully articulated, detailed, and transformable. Just scale down for collectors who appreciate compact engineering. And for me, that's part of the fun. Smaller scale, but same aura and personality. Let's start with the first version of Bumblebee. This is the one that transforms into the Volkswagen Beetle. If I'm not wrong, this Volkswagen Beetle is supposed to be from 1967 in the movie. I already made a few attempts to record this video, so this one is already open. You can see that it's already broken here. I will show you just what it contains. Of course, when you take this out, this little bubble here, you can take out the robot mode of the figure. I will put it here by the side, and then inside you have some instructions from like security instructions from Hasbro, and here you have the little transformation or transforming instructions, right? All the little transformers comes like this. So let's see what is the robot mode here. Let's just take this out of the frame as much as possible. In the robot mode, it's pretty accurate. The face sculpt is well made. I will say that you can see that this is Bumblebee. The chest piece is interesting because it actually becomes the front of the Beetle on like in the movie, but it's a little bit different than the original, right? The arms and body are not as robust as in the movie, but of course all this needs to fit inside the transformation, right? Articulation points, you can see a little movement in the pieces of the feet. The knees are quite good. Arms are supposed to move, but it's actually, they are quite hard. I don't know if because of the figure is new. The wheels roll, you can see it here. And you have also here in the hips the movement of the legs, and that's it. There's nothing else moves. But this allows you to make some pretty dynamic poses. Okay, this one is an exaggeration, but you get it, right? Now for the transformation of these guys is usually pretty simple. This one we pull the center piece or the chest piece over the head, then we put the sides or the arms here, and they make a slight click, and after we hide the feet over here, we put these 2 together, and then we pull as well, and then this one fits all together here, and you end up with the little VW bug from the 67 we said. And again, this one looks pretty accurate compared to the car in real life. The shape is quite nice. These recent Legend Class heroes, they do like an awesome job, I would say, in the vehicle mod. Of course you have some of these pieces that of course you cannot hide. It's too small of scale, but in general it looks pretty nice. You also have the painted windows, except from the back, and also you don't have any details in the lights on the back, but you do in the front. Below, of course, you will see the little Bumblebee hiding, but in general it's a really nice transformation. Now this is an upgrade. This was the 67 VW Beetle, and this is the 76 Chevrolet Camaro. This is the second version the second version of Bumblebee that we see in the movie, but it's actually the first version of Bumblebee that we ever see in the Transformers movies, because in the Transformers movie #1, Bumblebee was a 76 Camaro. So let's just turn this around so you can see the box, and let's just liberate this monster. Now this is the part that you didn't saw in the previous unboxing. It has this little protection elastic bands that are a bit annoying to take out, so just bear with me a minute meanwhile I liberate this monster. The packaging is great. It really keeps the figure safe and without movement, so it doesn't break. There's a lot of small pieces that are easily damaged, so it's good that it comes very secure from Hasbro. And of course, as I was saying, this is the robot mode of this second Bumblebee. Now these two, even when you see them in the movie, the difference between the both of them is not huge, but here actually you see a lot of changes when you compare this version to the next one, right? The main one, of course, is the chest piece that you can see here, the Camaro and the Transformers logo here in the front, and then you see, of course, all the torso in a metallic gray that you don't see in the Bumblebee version, and the black, bigger, like stronger legs compared to the Volkswagen Beetle. Okay, articulation points pretty similar. You have some articulation in the feet. You have the articulation on the knees. The wheels roll as well. You have the same movement in the base, in the hip connection of the legs, and in this case the arms are a little bit more free to move because they have the whole rotation here, and also the shoulders. This one I think that is not in the previous figure. Let me check. In the previous figure, indeed, you don't have the movement in the shoulders. It's quite like a fixed piece. And this one you do, so you can probably be a little bit more creative with your poses. Transformation starts with the part in the back. You have here a piece or the whole hood of the Camaro car, so you move this one to the top of the head, then you move the feet here to the back. You have a little piece that enters here to put the legs and feet together, and this one turns. Here you have to play a bit with the piece of the hood, so you can actually put the feet inside, and then of course you can see that the next movement are the arms. The arms are the side of the car and the other part of the hood where you have the headlights. Here you will have to apply a little bit of strength. It enters here first in the back, and then it connects with this little piece here in the front. And here you have a version of the 76 Camaro. There's no painted windows on the side, but you have it in the front. This, you have kind of a big exhaust pipe here on the back, and of course the rolling wheels and the hidden Bumblebee by the side. Size comparison, as you can see, they are both pretty similar. Of course, they are not realistic. Usually a Volkswagen Beetle will be a bit smaller than the Camaro, but still, I mean, in terms of size comparison, where both are pretty equal. Next up, we have the big guy himself.
I am Optimus Prime.
In the version of the Bumblebee movie, of course, this was the 1987 Freightliner. If I'm not wrong, you can see here the little trailer on the back. Well, this is what you see. By the way, all of these of Energon igniters, well, this is there are several lines of Hasbro Transformers, bigger, smaller, different classes. This is the Legend Class, as I said already repeatedly, and they somehow connect to other collections of Hasbro that I don't know. I just collect this size, so I'm not exactly sure what does it mean with Energon igniters. If you are a really big fan of this type of Transformers, you can leave in the comments what is this thing of Energon igniters, so I can learn a little bit more about them. So let's just free this big boy. I don't know what is it about this little Optimus Prime pieces, but they look pretty commanding, like they really look like the boss. And the face sculpt that I see on this one, I have other Optimus Primes from older movies, but the face sculpt that they are giving to this little guy is actually insane. It's amazing. It really looks like the Optimus from the movies. And the body, it has some articulation here in the arms. You can see also here the wheels rolling. In the hips you have the movements of the legs, you have the torso turning, but what you don't have is the articulation in the legs. So that's a bummer, I would say. They have a different design for the feet. I didn't see this feet in Optimus Prime before. It's amazing that you can do like some movements with the waist and the elbows, but by not having the articulation on the knees, your poses become, to be honest, pretty limiting, right? You cannot do much without the articulation on the knees. For the transformation, the first thing that we need to do is get the arms out of the way, because you need to do the full torso turn, so you can have the whole front of the Optimus Prime that we know. Then you put together the feet. Here you have a little click option down, and then you pull all the legs to here, so it's already taking the form that you know from Optimus Prime, right? Then the arms are a bit complicated, because you need to pull this piece here in the back and then turn the body and click it here. The same on the other side. You need to put the piece in the back and turn somehow so it fits there, and then you hide the head here. Now I still don't entirely like so after that you have this position, you have to move the legs here, and you will have the full Optimus Prime piece. To be honest, I'm a bit disappointing in how it does look, more like a extraterrestrial trailer than an actual Freightliner. The Freightliner, you can just see it in the front, but then the whole other part, it's just a bit anticlimactic, I would say. Still, well, it fits with the other two. Here we can bring, it's almost the same size. Again, there's no, should be a bit bigger of course, but it's not to scale, it's just to have similar size. Then a really weird thing, you have Optimus leading both Bumblebees into the fight, which is of course not possible. And then as well, the lack of articulation in the knees of Optimus is killing me, because you can see that I can make much dynamic poses with the two Bumblebees than with the Optimus Prime. Now let's move to two that actually were never in the movie. There were not a lot of Transformers in the movie. I think that there were more scenes with Halley Steinfeld, that it was the protagonist of the movie. I don't remember a lot the movie. It was not my favorite Transformers movie, but I'm absolutely certain that Barricade didn't appear there. They took inspiration in two things. There's a pursuit in the movie with police LTD Crown Victoria cruiser, and this one has a similar design than you can see here in this Barricade. And of course the memory of the first movie, the first Transformers movie, when Barricade was this Celine police car that was really loved by the fans. So they took this kind of hybrid, they took then this inspiration of this police and the idea that Barricade was originally a police car, and then they released this. There's, if you go on internet and check, there's some comments there that says that Barricade was supposed to appear there, but at the end some of the images were cut, or some of the, I don't know, script was cut, so then doesn't matter. The piece, the toy, made it to the collection of the Bumblebee movie. And again, you consider that we just opened 3, and I don't remember if there was any other Transformer, so they need to put more toys on it to make the line bigger, right? So let's just free this guy. first thing that I can tell you already from the robot mode is that it's like, you know, it has the knees slightly bended, you know, like it's all the time with this kind of a hunchback walking, which is really interesting. You can, there's the knees can move, you have an articulation on the knees and also in the hips, but the fact that this is the maximum that you can get, like the leg extended, it's pretty interesting, because I believe that it gives Barricade a more menacing look when he's walking, like he's carrying something heavy, or he's kind of getting ready to shoot a bazooka or something, right? So you can also see the face is sculpted pretty well, and again I think that this is inspired on the original Barricade face. You have a little bit of movement in the feet, and there's no movement in the elbows, of course, but you have the same free articulation in the shoulder. You cannot do much because then, like, you can extend it much because then of course the same piece of the side of the, what would be the side of the car, is blocking you from any movements, right? Transformation, it seems that you pull the feet here, you put them together, and you close them here, but you see how the feet enter below the siren here. Then you can pull the chest piece and accommodate this. The arms will become the whole side of the car, so that's why it's difficult that you can put any sort of articulation there. So you turn it around and you accommodate, and you finish with the police cruiser, similar to the Crown Victoria Ltd from those times that I told you. Again, the wheels roll, and here you have the livery, black and white of the police car, but with the Decepticons logo in the side. And something interesting, you have the reflector lights here and also side mirrors, and of course you have this little like huge exhaust pipe here. I believe that, let me see, because then in the little instructive after that you see the how to transform, you can see here this seems to be the igniters that I was asking about. These igniters, you put it here in the back of the car in this little hole, and it seems that it kind of ejects the car. So basically that's it. That's why the Energon igniters has this little engine logo, because it's just kind of a launcher. But this piece is included, as according to what it says here, core included with Power Plus and Nitro series, so of course not with these little guys. So this was the Barricade, and then we move to the last one, and this is Hot Rod. It's the other Transformer that doesn't appear in the movie, but not only that, this Hasbro didn't just add this random not movie piece in the lot. It's actually exactly the same card than the one that we just opened, the Barricade, but of course with some different livery details, and they name it Autobot Hot Rod. Hot Rod appeared in the movies. It was a really sport car. I don't remember the name. I will put the picture somewhere here so you can watch it. But it appeared in one of the movies, and then for some reason they decided to release it in the toy line, in the Legends toy line for Bumblebee. I really don't know why, because it's not related at all to the movie, and as I said, they just reuse the same car and the same transformation details. Let's just free this guy. And when I told you that they were exactly the same, I lie. There's a huge difference, and it's the face sculpt. The face sculpt of Hot Rod, it's completely different than the one from Barricade, what I think that is pretty cool, that they change something as important as the face for the characters, even though we never see these characters in the movie, right? The rest of the design is absolutely the same, of course, with some differences, like for example in Barricade here you have the painted taillights, or what will become the taillights, and in the arms you have no details for Barricade, and Hot Rod has these orange lines also that go into the character. So let me transform Hot Rod for you so you can see how it looks in the card mode. Once that you have both transformed, you can see also another difference between the models, and is the light bar that is non-existent in Hot Rod that you have here in Barricade. With this little orange double tone livery, this makes the cruiser looks a lot more sporty, and it also has the Autobots logo here in the hood. The rest, as I said, the design is completely the same, thanks to the vibrant colors of the Hot Rod. Of course, this one looks a lot more like a normal street car, right? So these are the two cars that were not part of the movie, but were part of the toy series. Usually in this Legend class, there was a lot of releases in this size from each movie, but either they were not selling well and they cut them for the upcoming movies, or as I said, this movie didn't have a lot of Transformers, so this was a lot smaller. And there they are, 5 compact Transformers that perfectly capture the spirit of the Bumblebee movie. They may be small, they're packed with detail, and whether you're a long-time fan or just starting to collect Transformers, the Legend class is always a great way to start, because it helps you to relive the movie magic, but without needing a new display cabinet. So tell me in the comments, which one is your favorite? The VW Bumblebee, the Camaro Bumblebee, maybe the mighty Optimus Prime? And if you enjoy this type of unboxing, also let me know, because I might roll out some other Transformers videos in the future. Until then, my name is JR. Thanks for being here and see you next time. Adios.